Then the next topic is finding the coefficient of particular term. This is an important topic. Finding the coefficient of particular term and independent term. So if they give you some random expansion, say ax power p plus bx power q whole power some n, and they ask you to find out the coefficient of x power k or something. In this expansion, suppose if they say you have to find coefficient of x power k. So whenever you are asked to find out coefficient of x power 10, x power 20, etc., in general, I'm saying x power k, you just write the general term of the expansion first. So what is tr plus 1? NCR ax power p whole power n minus r, bx power q whole power r. So first write the general term, then separate out the variable part and the remaining part. So NCR, that a power n minus r, b power r will separate out. The power of x when you write down, you'll have x power p into n minus r here. And here qr in multiplication, they will add. And since you want to find coefficient of x power k, this power should match with k. So you equate that with that p into n minus r plus qr, you have to equate with k. So that will give you np minus pr plus qr is equal to k. So write these two together in RHS and k on this side. So you'll get np minus k equal to r into p minus q. So the value of r is therefore np minus k by p minus q. And once you get this value of r, you can just put back here and find the coefficient. So what is the required coefficient of x power k? NCR, a power n minus r, b power r, where r is equal to this. So first you have to find r and then substitute here to find the coefficient. So this is the method you have to use for finding coefficient of x power k. If they ask independent term in the term without x, then k should be 0. So if they ask independent term, you can just say, in case if they ask you independent term, for independent term, k is 0. So you have to equate the power of x with 0 instead of k. So r in that case will be np by p minus q. That is the only difference. The rest of it is the same only. So is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And one formula you can remember, whenever you want to find the coefficient of x power r in 1 plus x power, and we use it frequently, it is NCR. This you can just remember it because we are going to use frequent. So let us do questions on this. The first question is based on independent term, and that is from JEE 2013.
So can I show the previous slide for a second?
Previous slide, yeah. So you need not remember this as a formula. What you have to do, write the general term, and the power of x you are going to equate with k. If they ask x power k coefficient, then using that you will find r value. Then put it back in the general term formula and find out the coefficient. For independent term, you will equate the power of x with 0.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can go to the
So you don't by heart this. You can do it directly. The term independent of x in the expansion of x plus 1 by x power 2 by 3 minus x power 1 by 3 plus 1 minus x minus 1 by x minus x power half whole power 10 is. First option is 4, second option is 120, third option is 210, fourth option is 310. So you'll have to actually simplify before you write the term. You simplify this by rationalizing, simplify this by rationalizing, it will become simple. After that, you find the independent term. Don't do it directly. So here you just have to use that rationalizing concept. That is, whenever you have a power 1 by 3 term plus b power 1 by 3, if you multiply this with a power 2 by 3 minus a power 1 by 3, b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3, what is this value? A plus b. So you say that for first one, second one is rationalizing factor. They said term independent of x means the value of the term. They're not asking which term is independent. 210 is correct. So the rationalizing factor of first one is second one, and for second one is the first one. So we can use this concept. So using this, it is in the form of a plus b by a power 2 by 3 minus a power 1 by 3 b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. So it is division of these two. It should be this value. So if it is a plus b divided by this term, a power 2 by 3 minus a power 1 by 3 b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. Division of this, it will be a power 1 by 3 plus b power 1 by 3. So it is in this format. So straight away you can simplify the first term and you can write that as x power 1 by 3 plus 1. And the second part, if you see, it is x minus 1 by, say, x minus root x. So you can actually write this as root x into root x minus 1. And x minus 1, you can write root x plus 1 into root x minus 1 when you factorize. Cancel root x minus 1. You will get root x plus 1 by root x or 1 plus 1 by root x or 1 plus x power minus half. So the second part you can replace with 1 plus x power minus half whole power 10. That is, first you have to simplify the expansion before you write the term. Then it will give you just x power 1 by 3 minus x power minus half whole power 10. In this, you want to find the independent term. So just write the general term formula TR plus 1. That will be 10 CR, x power 1 by 3 power 10 minus R, then x power minus half power R. And the power of x here is 10 minus R by 3 here. When you multiply, the powers will add minus R by 2. For independent term, the power of x must be equated to 0. So this will give 20 minus 2R minus 3R is equal to 0. 5R equal to 20, R equal to 4. And once you get R as 4, you can say T5, put R as 4. This will be T5 is equal to 10C, 4. And this part you need not write because anyway it is independent term, you'll get x power 0 only. So 10C4 is 210. X power 0 is 1. So if they ask you value of independent term, answer is 210. If they ask you which term is independent term, it is fifth term. R is 4, of course. But if they say which term is the independent term, fifth term is the independent term. So fifth term, just to confuse, they gave 4 as the first option. You may see this answer and write. So fifth term is the independent term. But what is the value of the term? Then it is 210. I'll just quickly explain that once again. So generally in surds, when you multiply one surd with another surd, and you get the answer as a rational number. If the product of two surds is a rational number, one of them is called rationalizing factor of the other. So surd 2 is RF, rationalizing factor of surd 1, or vice versa. So one of them is a rationalizing factor of the other whenever the product is rational. So for example, if there is something like a plus root b into a minus root b, the product is a square minus b, which is rational. This is rational. So for this, this is rationalizing factor. So both are rationalizing factor of each other. Similarly, suppose if you consider something like root a plus root b into root a minus root b, you will get the product as a minus b, which is again rational. So therefore, for first one, second is rationalizing factor. For second, first is rationalizing factor. This is when you have square root. Similarly, when you have cube root, you already know the formula that what is the formula for x cube plus y cube? A cube plus b cube formula, x plus y into x square minus xy plus y square. So in this formula, suppose if I take x as a power 1 by 3, y as b power 1 by 3, the left hand side will become x cube is a, y cube is b. In the right hand side, x plus y means a power 1 by 3 plus b power 1 by 3 into x square is a power 2 by 3, xy is a power 1 by 3, b power 1 by 3 plus y square is b power 2 by 3. So since the product of these two is a rational number a plus b, for first one, second is rationalizing factor, for second, first is rationalizing factor. Yeah. Same concept I used. And in case you want a result with a minus, for x cube minus y cube, what is the formula? X minus y into x square plus xy plus y square. So if I put the same values a power 1 by 3, b power 1 by 3 for x and y, this will become a minus b. In the right hand side, you'll get a power 1 by 3 minus b power 1 by 3 multiplied with a power 2 by 3 plus a power 1 by 3, b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. So this is the rationalizing factor of first one. So if there is a plus here, there is a minus here. If there is a minus here, there will be a plus. So this kind of things also we need when you solve the binomial theorem question. Then one more question for this topic based on the coefficient. This is from JEE 2020. It's easy question. If the constant term Whether we say the constant term or independent term, it is the same thing only. The constant term in the binomial expansion of root x minus k by x square whole power 10 is 405. Then mod k is equal to, first option is 2, second option is 1, third is 3, fourth is 9. So I gave an easier question because of very less time, 3 minutes left. So you can complete this. By x square, root x minus k by x square whole power 10. If the constant term is 405, what is mod k? Constant term is nothing but independent term only. Yeah, it should be 3. So just write general term formula TR plus 1 again, 10 CR, root x power 10 minus R, minus k by x square power R. Then after that, equate the power of x with 0. So what is the power of x here? 10 minus R by 2. And here minus 2R equal to 0. And this will give you 10 equal to 5R, R equal to 2. Then if R equal to 2, you'll get T3 as the constant term. For R equal to, you get T3 equal to 10C2. Rest of the power of x you can remove, and you can just say minus k power R minus k whole square. The power of x you can remove. This is equal to 405. And k square will be 9 from this. So mod k will be 3 from this. So x term I didn't write because anyway when you put R value as 2, it will become 0 only. By equating that with 0 only we found it. So we need not write x again. Only you have to write that rest of it. And equate with 405. Okay.